Have you ever looked around your home? The quiet halls, the familiar furniture, the view from your kitchen window, and felt a twinge of fear that one day you might have to leave it all behind and end up in a nursing home? You're not alone. For millions of seniors over 60, the mere thought of losing control, of being placed in a system, in an institution that feels cold and impersonal, it triggers a quiet but powerful anxiety. You've lived a life full of meaning, memories, and decisions. Why should growing older mean giving that all up? Here's the truth. You might never need a nursing home. If you know these 7 secrets that thousands of seniors are already using to live with independence, dignity, and peace. Some of these options are simple, others are surprisingly innovative, but all of them are rooted in what matters most: your desire to stay human, connected, and in control. This is more than senior health. It's about elderly wisdom, about learning from those who've walked this road before us. So stick with me until the end, because one of these secrets might just be the one that changes how you view your future. Before we dive in, if you believe in motivation, dignity, and freedom in later life, and if you value inspiration and quotes from real-life senior experiences, go ahead and like this video and subscribe for more thoughtful content on elderly reflections, life lessons from the elderly, and senior health insights. All right, let's begin. The most powerful decision many seniors make today is to simply stay put. In the place they built their lives, surrounded by memories, comfort, and the sense of control that only a familiar space can give. But here's the twist. Staying at home doesn't mean doing it alone. More and more seniors are turning to in-home care. Not because they're weak, but because they're wise. They know that just a few hours of help each week can mean the difference between struggling and thriving. This kind of care can include help with light cleaning, meal prep, running errands, bathing, dressing, and medication reminders. Helen, 79, isn't as sharp on her feet as she used to be. Her daughter was worried she might miss a dose of her blood pressure meds, so they brought in someone for 3 hours a day. That little shift gave Helen a sense of safety. But more than that, it gave her the freedom to keep living her routines, her rituals. She still watches the birds from her kitchen window, does her puzzles, and chats with her neighbor Linda on Sundays. Nothing dramatic, just life, uninterrupted. What makes in-home care powerful is its flexibility. Some start with 1 visit a week, others have help daily. You adjust it as your needs evolve. The goal is never to replace your independence, but to protect it. Aging in place, when supported, allows seniors to stay in familiar surroundings that spark joy and stimulate memory. It reduces confusion, it lowers the risk of depression. Research confirms that the psychological benefits are real. When people age where they feel safe, their cognitive function often stays sharper, and their sense of purpose remains intact. It's also more affordable than you might think. Many local health systems and governments now offer support programs. Veterans often qualify for in-home care through service benefits. There are nonprofits and community grants. And when you factor in the cost of assisted living or full-time facilities, a few hours of support at home suddenly looks like the best deal of your life. But beyond the dollars and logistics, there's this: the smell of your own home, the way the sun comes through your kitchen blinds in the morning, the feel of the chair that fits your back just right. These aren't luxuries, these are emotional lifelines. Aging at home doesn't just support your body, it preserves your story. Now let's shift gears, because some seniors find the best version of support by moving closer to family. You might assume that moving in with adult children means giving up your pride. But done right, multi-generational living can restore dignity, not remove it. Picture Robert, 82. After his wife passed, he moved into a converted space over his daughter's garage. He's got his own door, his own fridge, and most importantly, his own rhythm. He joins the family when he wants to, but retreats when he needs solitude. He's not a burden, he's a root, grounded again in something bigger than loneliness. These types of setups are growing in popularity. Why? Because when boundaries are clear and everyone respects each other's space, multi-generational homes become centers of warmth and wisdom. Grandparents offer childcare, help with meals, pass down stories, and provide a calm presence, and in return they feel needed, not needy. Financially, it's a win for many families. Shared utilities, one property tax, sometimes even tax credits. But the emotional return is priceless. Imagine being able to attend your granddaughter's piano recital just by walking downstairs, or sharing your famous peach cobbler recipe because she asked, not because you had to. That's not dependency, that's legacy. The key to making this work is planning. Have the hard conversations up front. Who pays for what? What space is private? What's the plan if health declines? When everyone's voice is heard early, resentment never has a chance to build. And seniors, don't underestimate what you bring to that home, whether it's your quiet steadiness, your advice, or the simple fact that you remember what life looked like before smartphones. Your presence is the secret ingredient to a balanced household. Robert says this, "I thought I'd be an afterthought, but I became the storyteller, the fixer of things, the porch companion." This is one of the great shifts happening in senior living. You're not just surviving, you're influencing. Being a part of family life on your terms doesn't mean giving up control. It means rediscovering your worth. So what we're seeing across the board is a desire for independence without isolation, support without sacrifice. And that brings us to another quiet revolution: how your home itself can evolve with you. As we continue exploring what it truly means to age with independence and dignity, let's look at another powerful truth. Sometimes the best way to stay in your own home isn't just with help, but with the right modifications. Think of your home not just as a shelter, but as a partner. A partner that needs a little adjustment to keep supporting you as you change. Many seniors are now choosing to age in place by remodeling their space, and this is far from defeat. It's an act of proactive empowerment. Instead of being forced into a facility after a fall or injury, you redesign your home before problems start. That's freedom, that's foresight. Let's talk about Margaret, 80, who lives in... After slipping in her bathtub one morning, she made a decision. She remodeled her bathroom with a walk-in tub, grab bars, non-slip flooring, and motion sensor lights. At first, she thought it felt like admitting she was getting old. But after the changes, she said something remarkable. "Now I can finally relax. I don't have to brace myself every time I go to the bathroom." That's the hidden truth about aging in place with smart home modifications. They don't restrict you. This approach isn't only physical. Emotionally and psychologically, it makes a senior feel safe, confident, and in control. And that confidence spreads. It improves mental health, reduces fall anxiety, and even helps with sleep. Why? Because the brain doesn't have to stay in alert mode 24/7. It feels safe in the space it knows best. Many seniors are embracing technology too. Tools that quietly support daily life without feeling invasive. These include voice meter assistants that respond to simple commands for weather, reminders, or emergency calls. Smart lighting systems that gently light the path to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Medication dispensers that alert you if a dose is missed. Video doorbells and motion sensors that give both seniors and their families peace of mind. Harold, 82, installed a full smart system after his doctor told him his balance might decline. "I don't feel like I'm being watched," he said. "I feel like I'm being protected on my terms." What we're seeing here is the evolution of the home. No longer just a place to live, it becomes a caregiver, a companion, a smart, respectful extension of your independence. And this movement isn't just for wealthy retirees. Many community organizations now offer grants or discounts to help seniors install these tools. Medicare and Veterans Affairs may cover some of it. The return on investment? Fewer hospital visits, less stress, more years at home in peace. And that's just the beginning of what aging well at home can look like. Let's now explore a different kind of freedom, one that blends personal independence with human connection. Independent living communities. These are not nursing homes. They're not silent hallways filled with isolation. They are vibrant ecosystems where seniors can thrive. Susan, 81, once lived in a spacious house in Illinois that echoed with emptiness. Her children had moved away, and every dinner felt quieter than the last. When her husband passed, she finally admitted what she had resisted for years. She was lonely. That's when she found a community where she could live in her own cottage, attend a wellness class in the morning, visit the community garden, and play Scrabble on Thursday nights. She says, "I didn't move into a facility, I moved into a future." These communities often offer flexible services: cleaning, meal delivery, group transportation, even wellness check-ins. But here's the important part. You decide what you need and when. You maintain the wheel. You're not signing away your schedule. You're expanding your options. Social life is optional, not forced. There's no guilt if you skip movie night. But when you want companionship, it's only a few steps away. And this matters, because one of the most dangerous things that comes with aging is not illness, but isolation. Studies link chronic loneliness in seniors to higher risks of heart disease, stroke, and cognitive decline. But seniors living in connected communities report higher levels of happiness, better sleep, improved memory, and even greater physical mobility. The science backs it up, but the real proof is in the smiles at breakfast, the stories shared over gardening, and the laughter during a Friday evening card game. Let's turn the page to something that's quietly changing the way we think about neighborhoods themselves. Intergenerational living communities. These are places where the old and the young don't just coexist, they collaborate. Joan, 77, lives in one in Oregon. Every Tuesday, she leads a poetry group with high school students. On weekends, they help her update her phone or carry groceries. In return, she shares stories from the 1960s, teaches them about jazz, and listens without judgment. She says, "This isn't about helping the elderly. This is about building bridges between lives." These spaces are built with community in mind. Communal gardens, shared kitchens, tech hubs, art rooms, and open courtyards. You might attend a jazz night, hosted by a senior, then a coding class led by a teenager. This exchange fosters empathy in both directions. Seniors feel valued, seen, and engaged, not hidden away. Young people gain patience, understanding, and a deeper respect for aging. These connections go beyond neighborly friendliness. They create chosen families. Joan once said, "My biological family visits on holidays, but my intergenerational family, they're with me every Tuesday." The power of these spaces lies in mutual value. No one is a burden. Everyone has a gift. One resident may be a retired nurse offering health tips, another a former baker sharing recipes. Their contributions are woven into the daily rhythm of life. Seniors aren't observers. They're participants, and this has profound effects. Emotional health improves, cognitive skills stay sharper, purpose returns. Experts now call this community medicine because the effects are as healing as any prescription. Laughter around a dinner table, help with groceries, a grandparent figure in a child's life who never had one. This is what real aging looks like, integrated, not isolated. And the best part, these communities are spreading across the U.S., from suburban neighborhoods to university housing collaboration. Some are supported by nonprofits. Others are built through co-housing agreements or local city initiatives. Many seniors even co-invest to build communities with shared values. So if you've ever thought, "I still have something to give," but felt unsure where to place it, intergenerational communities may be your answer. You're not leaving society, you're returning to the heart of it. And in doing so, you show the world what true senior wisdom looks like. In the final part of this video, we'll explore even more creative, customizable alternatives to nursing homes, including some options you might never have heard of, but that could change the way you think about your future forever. As we come to the final stretch of this journey, let's reflect on what it truly means to grow older without growing invisible. Throughout this series, we've seen powerful alternatives to traditional nursing homes. Options built not on surrender, but on strength. And now in part 3, we'll go even deeper. Because the truth is, some of the most inspiring solutions are the ones that feel the most personal, the most customized, and the most quietly revolutionary. Today we'll explore unique living models, hybrid approaches, and bold new mindsets that challenge everything we thought we knew about aging. Let's start with a form of aging support that blends the best of both worlds, privacy and community. It's called a senior co-housing village. And it's not just a concept, it's a lifestyle. Picture this, a neighborhood built specifically by and for older adults, where everyone owns their own home or unit, but the spaces in between, the gardens, the dining areas, the workshops are shared. This isn't about giving up your home, it's about expanding your home outward to include trusted peers, shared values, and collective care. In California, 79-year-old David helped build such a community with 8 other seniors. Each one contributed ideas, budgets, and energy. They designed the layout together, planted native gardens, installed solar panels, and built a shared kitchen where they host dinners every Saturday. David says, "It's not about being taken care of, it's about taking care of each other." What makes this model so powerful is its flexibility. There are no uniforms, no rigid rules. If you want to garden all afternoon or nap in peace, you can. If you need help fixing a leaky pipe or a ride to a doctor's appointment, someone is there. It's interdependence by choice, not dependence by force. And studies show that seniors in co-housing villages report high levels of satisfaction, autonomy, and purpose. They feel heard, they feel safe. Most importantly, they feel like they belong. Next, let's look at another surprising but increasingly popular option: shared housing with a younger roommate. Yes, you read that right. Across the country, seniors are opening their homes to vetted younger renters, often college students or young professionals. who exchange light duties or companionship for reduced rent. On paper, it's a win-win. In practice, it's something deeper. It's friendship, it's perspective. It's human connection across generations. In Michigan, 83-year-old Carol shares her home with Maya, a 25-year-old grad student. Maya helps with errands, carries groceries, and occasionally joins Carol for dinner. In return, Carol shares stories about the civil rights movement, classic jazz, and how to make the perfect lemon pie. They're not just housemates, they're companions. This arrangement is increasingly supported by organizations like Nesterly and Silver Nest, which match seniors with compatible renters. The beauty of this model lies in its personalization. You choose who you live with, what boundaries to set, and how your day-to-day life unfolds. And the benefits are real. For seniors, it reduces loneliness, offsets housing costs, and increases safety. For young people, it offers affordable living and access to life lessons from the elderly that no classroom could provide. It's not just about sharing a space, it's about sharing a life. Now let's turn our attention to an idea that's radically simple, but often overlooked. Staying near family, but not with them. More seniors are choosing to live in close proximity to adult children or trusted friends. Not in the same house, but perhaps in an in-law suite, a backyard cottage, or a duplex. This setup gives everyone breathing room, while still offering connection and support. It's privacy with proximity. Margaret, 80, moved into a small accessory dwelling unit behind her son's home in Oregon. I have my own entrance, my own garden, and my own quiet, she says. But I also have Sunday dinners with my grandchildren and help when I need it. It's the perfect balance. These options, also called ADUs, accessory dwelling units, are being encouraged by many cities through zoning changes and grants. They can be built on existing family property or placed in senior center neighborhood standpoint. This balance is golden. You're close enough to avoid isolation, but far enough to retain autonomy. And emotionally, it can ease the guilt that often comes from moving in with your kids. You're not intruding, you're living. We can't forget the importance of day-to-day support that adapts as we age. That's where senior villages come in. Volunteer-drilled networks that offer help, transportation, tech support, and companionship to seniors aging at home. They're not physical places, but communities of care built on phone trees, neighborly visits, and resource sharing. In Washington, D.C., 84-year-old Ruth joined her local village 3 years ago. Changed everything, she says. I get rides to my doctor, I get a call if I don't check in. I feel seen. Villages are ideal for those who want to stay in their homes but recognize that independence doesn't mean going it alone. They offer coordination without intrusion, connection without control, and they're scalable. Whether you need help once a week or every day, you get to decide. Villages reflect a powerful truth. We don't need institutions, we need each other. Finally, let's explore the mindset that underpins all of these options. A refusal to disappear. Growing older doesn't mean becoming invisible. It doesn't mean being warehoused, silenced, or sidelined. It means adapting, choosing, leading. Every alternative we've discussed, co-housing, shared homes, smart tech, intergenerational villages, is rooted in one radical belief, that seniors still have value, wisdom, and agency. And when we design our lives with that truth in mind, everything changes. If you're watching this and wondering, is this possible for me? The answer is yes. It starts with asking better questions. Instead of what happens if I can't live alone, ask, what kind of life do I want to live now? Instead of who will take care of me, ask, how can I stay connected while keeping my freedom? These aren't pipe dreams. They're real solutions built on the lived experiences of people like you. People who've walked through hardship, rebuilt after loss, and are now choosing something different, something better. So let's wrap this up not with a summary, but with a reminder. You have options, you have power, you have time. Whether you're 60, 70, or 85, your story isn't over, it's unfolding. And maybe, just maybe, this next chapter will be the most meaningful one yet. If this series has sparked new ideas or offered comfort, please like this video, share it with someone you love, and leave a comment below with what resonated most. Let us know where you're watching from. We love hearing from viewers around the world. We read every word, and your stories inspire us more than you know. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider hitting that button and turning on the bell icon. Your support helps us bring more thoughtful, inspiring content about senior health, elderly reflections, and life lessons from the elder. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Keep reflecting, keep learning, and keep writing your story with courage and heart.